Oh! Look at us upgrading our graphics. I'm gonna start calling you Lucasfilm. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the TheGGround. Before I begin this video, just a reminder, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so by clicking on the subscribe button down below. I have a new crown on today. This one was made for me by a subscriber who graciously put it together and sent it to me, and I noticed the Chantal letters were a perfect match color-wise to my jersey, so I decided to color coordinate today just for you. So yes, I've got the Chantal crown on, so that means it is time for a Chantal, aka Foodie Beauty, reaction video. She released a video called Giant Authentic Italian Meatball Pasta Recipe and Mukbang. The thumbnail says creepy pasta or pasta. I still don't know what the hell that means. I guess it's a website with scary stories. And it mentions a haunted house in the thumbnail. So I'm super excited. Yes, since she's released this video, she has put a statement on a community tab that her blood sugar was too high and she has to go on a low sugar diet, a very strict diet. So kudos to her. We are sticking by ya. Get healthy. Diabetes is no joke. But this video was released before that, so I'm going to react to it because you know me. I love a good story. So let's get on the train to Ottawa. Let's find a haunted house. Let's watch all of these delicious carbs that I'm not allowed to eat right now. And let's see what Chantal, aka Foodie Beauty, has to say and if she's going to scare the panties off of us. Let's go. Oh, a new Timbit. How exciting. I hope he doesn't look like roadkill this time. No offense, Chantal, but that Timbit was too damn much. He did not look like a healthy Timbit. He looked like a middle of I-95 Timbit.
Hello, Foodie Beauties.
Please watch this video with a pen and paper if you would like to replicate the rest. Oh, she made her own. Oh, wait, she made this herself? Oh. Look at us upgrading our graphics. I'm going to start calling you Lucasfilm.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, hey. Hello, hello,
to another episode of Creepypasta. Welcome. It's been a while since I've done.
I don't like that shirt or dress. We all know why. I hate slitsicles in the shoulders. Everything else is okay. She's got a little bit of makeup on. I mean, she's not overly dressed. The woman's making pasta at home, for God's sake. She doesn't have to dress up like a hostess at a 5-star restaurant. So yeah, I don't see well, I can't really see if the Kasori's back there, but you know it's probably not just to piss me off. And I see sugar, so that's for the tomato sauce, of course. That I recognize that as the salt. Onions, I'm assuming that's a big thing of jarred tomato sauce. Oh, are you going to make your own tomato sauce, Chantal, like a food video, or are you going to put Prego in a bowl and call it yours? But I guess we'll find out.
But I've been craving homemade, authentic Italian meatballs and sauce. And I believe Italians, correct me if I'm wrong, fellow Italian viewers, they refer to this tomato sauce I'm going to make as gravy or Sunday gravy. Speaking of,
I don't know if it's Sunday gravy, but they call it gravy. I used to call it sauce back in high school, and I used to get dirty looks from my friend's mom.
Italians, I want to congratulate, huge congratulations to one of my loyal viewers, a friend, because she's become a great friend over the years. Fit Angie, congratulations. She just had a baby boy.
Fit
congratulations
Angie.
On the new addition to your family.
Congrats, Fit Angie.
I love you very much.
Who's Fit Angie? I don't know who that is.
All right, so I wrote it all down here. Now, I had a Italian step-grandmother, and she used to make the best meatballs and sauce. So I'm going to try to replicate her recipe myself.
Oh, how exciting.
And I have tried in the past. It's come out close, but there's something in it. I can't quite put my finger on it. That just makes its taste so delicious. We really miss her meatballs. All right, so for the sauce, we're going to
I love meatballs. Oh, I love meatballs. I love meatballs. I love stuffed. I love everything Italian. Stuffed shells, meatballs, chicken parmesan is my favorite with ziti. Some fresh Italian bread. Give me a salad with ranch dressing so I could dip that bread into it. Yeah, it's no wonder I'm big.
Start with the sauce because it needs to simmer for about 2 hours altogether with the meatballs in. I think this will need to simmer. We're going to simmer it while we cook the meatballs anyway, okay? So what you need is 1 medium diced yellow onion.
Got it.
All right, 2 796 milliliter cans of
whole peeled Italian tomatoes. Okay, it's a product of Italy, so I'm giving her a win for that.
Whole peeled tomatoes, Italian tomatoes. I prefer San Marzano. I don't know if these are San Marzano, but...
Okay, Anne Burrell.
It just says product of Italy. They're Farm Boy brand. So if you want to...
Farm Boy! I just noticed it was I didn't even notice till she said that. I love Farm Boy. God, I wish I could go to... Next time I go to Canada, I'm going to Farm Boy.
Double the recipe, you can. I'm splitting the recipe, the original recipe in half. That's why I say that. You're going to need... So I crushed these by hand. And you can use a blender, of course.
Okay, so she's using actual tomatoes. Very proud. If you all remember that, was it spaghetti dinner? Where she's like, I'm making my own sauce, and she opened up that jarred sauce and dumped it in and added her own spices. And I said, Chantal, aka Foodie Beauty, that is not making your own sauce. That is enhancing a shelf sauce. So I'm very proud of her for making her own sauce here. It's a win for Chantal.
I'm gonna use half of this tube, which is 3 ounces of tomato paste.
Okay.
And then you're gonna need a 1/4 cup of olive oil.
Okay.
1 teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
I'm using Himalayan pink salt. Half a teaspoon of black
I hope this isn't like a treasured family recipe that she's giving away to the public.
pepper. And
You know, some families, they have that recipe they pass on. It's like, oh, I can't tell you. It was my great-great-grandma's secret recipe when she came off the Mayflower and landed on Pilgrim Rock, and she made everybody their first dinner for the pilgrims before all of the massacres and things happened. Like, I hope she's not giving her one of those recipes.
half a teaspoon of white sugar. All right. Now you can use a sweetener substitute. Sure,
That's
that would
it.
work fine. Okay, so let me show you. Let's get to.
I always thought it was a lot more sugar than just half a teaspoon or whatever she just said. Oh, look at those lovely onions.
All right. So now I'm just going to cook the onions for a couple minutes, just until they're translucent, but not brown.
I hate when people say that. I can never figure out what a translucent onion means. So I look up translucent, like till they're see-through. I'm like, how do you know they're see-through? They're in a pan. Like, cooking onions, I never get it right. I usually overcook them, which is fine because I love caramelized. But I don't know what translucent means. And I know that it's till they look see-through, but I just don't get it. I don't know. I'm not a natural cook, so I just caramelize them and go on with my life.
In the olive oil. Now we're going to add the tomato paste and cook it in the oil until it becomes a darker red color. So just spread it around the bottom of the pan and let it cook in the oil for a few minutes.
Okay.
Now see how it's becoming a darker red, and it's also turning the olive oil red. I made a mess, but I've added in my salt, sugar, pepper, and my tomatoes.
Okay.
Crushed tomatoes.
Salt, sugar. Okay.
Gonna give it a good stir.
Love a stir.
And then I'm going to put the lid mostly on, leave it open a little bit, and put it on lower heat.
Oh, we gotta clean that stove. Oh, that might be from the mess you just made. I'll let it pass.
Probably even lower than
It's 158 on that stove. You think it's AM or PM?
that, so that it can simmer while the meatballs are cooking and it doesn't burn. All right, now let's move on to the meatballs. Okay, guys, I've added all the ingredients
The
for
hell?
the meatballs. So in this bowl here, we have half a pound each of ground pork and
Ooh.
ground beef,
Yum.
3/4 cup of breadcrumbs,
Yum.
1/4 cup of parsley minced, half a cup of Reggiano cheese.
Parmigiano Reggiano.
I used 1 large egg. I will see if that's enough. If not, I will add a second egg,
I feel like you need a second egg. I'm gonna call the second egg now.
depending how moist the mixture is. 3 cloves.
She said moist. Why do people hate that word so much? I never understood that. I know friends who say that too. Don't say the word moist around me. What is wrong with the word moist? Moist, 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 moist. I don't get it.
Cloves of garlic pasted.
Moist.
So I just used the back of my knife and pressed down until it was a paste.
Okay.
1.5 teaspoons of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper. So
That's
let's
a
mix
lot
this
of
up.
work. That's just why I go out to eat sometimes. When I want something this complicated, I can't be making meatballs unless I buy them frozen. This is a lot of work. When I want spaghetti and meatballs or an Italian feast, up the street, wonderful restaurant that's in a strip mall. You know, Nona. I don't know. You know, she's in the back making these meatballs. That's enough for that's all the work I want to do for this.
All right.
Oh, they're
This
so
made
cute.
6
That's it.
pretty big size meatballs. They
Oh.
cover the palm of your hand pretty much.
Okay.
I
I would have made a lot of smaller meatballs.
like the bigger size meatballs. So we're gonna put these in the oven. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees until they're nice and golden brown.
Pacetti Rigati? What the hell is that? Is that just ziti? No, that's too big to be ziti. What kind of pasta is that? I don't think I've ever heard of that. Paceri Rigati. Love the theme music. It's a win.
Do you want some Italian meatballs, Sam?
Oh, there's the Kasori. Oh, it's on the counter like some abandoned animal that nobody wants to love anymore. There it is, just hanging out.
Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna put my hair behind my ears.
Chantal, you're going to eat all that. I thought that was for you and Peter Pete's Pete's. Okay, I'm giving her the beneficial doubts because this was before her announcement. We're going to let this go. That's a lot of carbohydrates, though. Carbohydrates equals sugar when not worked out properly. At least I think they do. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. I'm no doctor or nutritionist, so don't take any advice from me. But carbohydrates turn to sugar. Am I wrong about that? That's why when you're diabetic, it's supposed to be on a low-carbohydrate diet.
I don't even know what to say right now. I was just like...
What?
Now I know why Italians can eat pasta and not get fat.
Why?
They're not lazy. They cook. They work hard to make their food.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, this has been, like, honestly, an emotional experience for me. I actually had tears when the meatballs were simmering and I was on the couch and I could smell the garlic and the parsley releasing their scent. Anyway, I'm so hungry right now.
That's sad. That's very watery down below, Chantal. I don't know how. You know what I mean? I feel like, did you drain properly? Is that the tomato sauce? Because I mean, the tomato sauce looks. See what I'm saying? I can't stand when you eat a bowl of pasta and you get to the bottom and it's that pink, watery, wants to be sauce, but just looks like dirty rainwater, kind of. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know how that happens. I think it happens because I get lazy. I don't fully drain. Or maybe it's because I make crappy sauce. I don't make crappy sauce. I use jarred sauce. So it must be because I don't drain properly. I don't know what this issue is. But Chantal, if this was a Foodie Beauty restaurant, I would send this back to the kitchen. Still love you, though.
Now, it's been a while since I've eaten lunch. And this is worth the wait. Look at this. Just look at this.
It looks good from up top. That water on the side gives me the shivers.
Beautiful meatballs. And these big tubes. I don't know how to pronounce the name of this pasta. But if there are any Italian viewers, please.
Pasta. Why do they say pasta?
And fresh grated Reggiano. Like it's...
Parmigiano
It doesn't get more
Reggiano.
fresh than this. Oh, it's so
I love
delicious.
Parmesan.
Okay. So I did look like this morning. And I look like this. Yeah. So, okay, let's get a beauty bite for you guys of this tender.
Beauty
Oh my
bite!
God, they're so tender.
I do love a meatball.
Oh my God, they're so tender. I'm going to try
big,
each
though.
thing individually. Oh, they're so tender.
It looks good. I'm giving
Oh
you
my
a
God.
win.
And by the way, I'm sitting at my new table. Yes, we don't have all the chairs put together
Oh,
yet.
I just noticed she's not at the damn kitchen counter. Thank God. I'm not
What?
the counter, the kitchen island.
We have two. That's all that matters. Beauty bite.
Beauty bite! I bet it's delicious. Pork, beef, spices, egg. What could be wrong? What could go wrong? Breadcrumbs.
I cannot even begin to tell you the flavor explosion that's happening in my mouth. It's just...
Is it moist?
I'm excited about this food. It's so amazing. Like, I posted on Instagram and I said, despite all the issues I've had with food, I'm actually also very passionate about food and good food, making good food
Food's delicious.
and learning how to make good food.
Just ask the McDonald's drive-thru guy. I was there a couple days ago. You would have thought they were going out of business with the way I went through that drive-thru, but I already discussed this in the previous live. Yes, I ate McDonald's. I binged it, but it's okay. Getting back on the horse, and I'm riding it to Burger King. I'm just kidding. I'm riding it to Fit Town.
This is just like another level. Ooh, did you hear that sound?
Oh, it sounded like
All
a
right.
queef. You know what a queef is? I'm not going to explain it, but Google it. It sounded like a queef. Sorry, ladies. I didn't mean to be gross, but that's the first thing that came to my head. I didn't want to say flatulence because to me that would have been even grosser. Although, what's grosser, queef or flatulence? Comment down below. It's the poll for today. Queef or flatulence? Which do you prefer?
Try this pasta. These are huge.
That's big.
thingies.
I don't like that. It's too big. I like the little ziti's. That's my favorite pasta, little ziti.
That sauce, next level. Oh my God.
Level 3.
It's got just a hint of the sweet from the natural sweetness from the tomatoes that's been simmering and that cooked down with the oil, that tomato paste, remember?
Okay, Giada.
And that little bit of sugar. Huge beauty bite for you guys.
She changed her channel name to Foodie Giada. I do love Italian food. Now this makes me want.
Honestly,
This makes me want Italian food. Damn
cannot
it!
right now.
I cannot. I should send her a mug so when next time she cannot, she can just hold it up. I cannot.
Need a bit more, a little bit more parm on my ball. Oh yeah, parm.
I love parm in my balls.
All right. So I don't know if you guys have heard. I'm going to do a creepy pasta, and I don't know if you guys have heard of Unsolved Mysteries. A lot of you have.
Love
it's
it.
It's a series that
Scare the crap out of me. I talked about this in an earlier video. Used to come on Sunday nights, if I remember correctly. Oh no, that was America's Most Wanted. When the hell was Unsolved Mysteries? Anyway, America's Most Wanted, another one that gave me nightmares as a kid. But Unsolved Mysteries, man, I used to go watch that show and then lay in bed for hours as a kid, thinking that somebody was going to come through my window and take me, and I was going to be an unsolved mystery, and Robert Stack was going to have to talk about me. May he rest in peace. Yeah, that show scared the crap out of me as a kid.
Was first aired in 1987, hosted by Robert Stack, and the show was memorable and iconic because of Robert Stack's eerie, creepy voice narrating these creepy
When did he die? I'll have to look that up.
stories that had these creepy reenactments.
But not just that, it wasn't just creepy. They were like missing children. Like, I was just
And I say this because
Chantal moment.
I've heard, maybe you've heard this as well, there is going to be a reboot or a new series of Unsolved Mysteries tomorrow, July 1st.
Oh.
And of course, it's not going to have
Which would be yesterday.
Robert Stack. That would be extra super creepy. It's going to be an updated show. And
hosted by who?
hopefully with updated hairdos.
Oh, I loved that mullet.
It won't be the same without Robert Stack. That's the thing for me.
Who's hosting it?
Nothing will ever compare, no matter how hard they try. Nothing will compare to the original series for me. And it's done by like the same people who did Stranger Things. But we'll see how it goes.
Oh, is it on Netflix then? Probably. I want to know who hosts it. I'll have to look it up.
So I thought it would be very fitting to tell a story from one of the Unsolved Mysteries, the ghost ones that I love so much.
I should try watching that show as an adult because I don't think I'll get kidnapped anymore. I mean, I guess that still could happen because I'm so damn adorable. But the chances are not as high as when I was super adorable as a kid when I was like 7. But maybe I should try watching it again.
So Unsolved Mysteries does this creepy thing around Halloween, or it used to, where they would tell ghost stories. They would feature a ghost story.
That show must have ran for a long time. I'm trying to think in my head how long that show ran for, because I think she said it premiered in 1987, and I remember watching that through the 90s. Then Lifetime had it on in reruns. Yes, I watched Lifetime because Unsolved Mysteries was on it. So yeah, I wonder how it must have been on for a long time.
And they would have like the recollections of the people who went through the ghost story or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one, apparently it aired around Halloween in 1992, and it was called like Civil War Ghosts. And it was about...
God, I was 11.
about these drum barracks they were built in 1862. The drum barracks was in Wilmington, California, and it was built it was a military outpost, basically. They would train soldiers and process soldiers there.
Wait, California Civil War? Huh? Is this right?
So today, all that remains is a single building, and it's actually now a museum. And the curator of the museum, Marge O'Brien, she would report, her and other employees would report that there was some supernatural things going on. Like they had restored this building and built a museum.
Okay, well, I learned something new today. Thank you, Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty. California's involvement in the American Civil War included sending gold east to support the war effort, recruiting volunteer combat units to replace regular U.S. Army units sent east. Oh. The state did not send its units east, but many citizens traveled east and joined the Union Army. I did not know this. California became a state in 1850. For some reason, I thought it was after the Civil War. Every time I read about the Civil War, they never mention states out west. It's always, Union versus Confederacy, the same old players, Virginia, Georgia, the Carolinas. So I had no idea. I mean, now I'm going to have to literally go dig deep into California's involvement in the Civil War. Had no idea they even existed then.
Came out of it. And a lot of the people who were in charge of restoring the building and doing tours, they reported a lot of paranormal activity. And things like, when she would come in the morning, like the night before, they would turn everything off, the lights off, lock the doors, and when she would come in at 8 in the morning, a light would be on in the parlor, for example, or...
Squatters, maybe?
She would be sitting at her...
Or ghosts.
...desk doing paperwork, and something slight would catch her attention, like a tap on the window, something like that. Probably the ghost being like, hey, I'm here, kind of thing.
Why are ghosts such attention whores? Wipe your mouth. Wipe your mouth.
Said, 9 times out of 10, when she would get that feeling.
Wipe your mouth. Wipe your mouth. Chantal, I cannot focus on this amazing Civil War story with that thing on your mouth.
When she would go into the
Thank you.
parlor room, the lights would be on, or the window shades would be drawn up.
Ooh.
I mean, after a few times, lady, get the hint. The ghosts don't want to be in the dark,
Which
maybe they're trying to do something that requires light. I don't know. We really don't know shit about the afterlife, so...
I thought ghosts thrive in the dark.
You know? There's also some reporting, some creepy things going on in the gun room upstairs. So one tour guide reported that this would often happen to her. After a tour, it was the rule that they would pull down, they were like kind of like draw shades, pull the shades down over the window, turn off the lights and lock the door. Well, this tour guide would leave the building, she would look up at the window, and the blinds would be slowly going back up. And she said that it looked as though somebody was like slowly lifting them up, not just go up quickly.
I think it was Bob, the maintenance guy, playing a joke on her, but I could be wrong. Could have been a ghost too. I went on a haunted tour once in Alaska. It was a haunted horror house. Not lying to you. I forgot what town I was in. It wasn't in Juneau. Was it in Juneau? I don't know. It was somewhere. No, it wasn't in Juneau. I got to find out where the hell it was. But it was in a remote Alaskan town. And it used to be a whorehouse in the 1800s, I think. And it was actually really interesting. So the bartender, the whoring went on upstairs, I guess. And the bartender, there would be tubes. Wait, how did that work? There were dolls behind the bar. And the dolls were made to look like the sex workers, I guess. And the bar patrons would point to the doll they wanted that closely resembled what they were looking for. Because it was a shipping town, I think that's what it was. And a lot of people came in, fishermen maybe. Maybe that's what it was, a fishing town, who cares. And you'd pick the doll you wanted, and then you would take the doll upstairs, and the madam would take you to that person's room, and then you would do what you had to do. And then when the sex worker was done, there was a hole in the floor, and they would put their money in the hole, and there was a tube, and the tube led all the way down to the bartender, and the money collected behind the bartender all day. And then at the end of the day, the madam would give each sex worker their cut. But the sex workers lived there too, so they actually worked in their own bedrooms. Anyway, supposedly it was haunted. I don't know, but it was a fun little tour. If you're ever in this town, which I don't freaking remember what it's called now, but you go on one of the Alaska cruises, and you see that's one of the things you can do, a whorehouse, I would do it. It's fun.
With some kind of defect with the blind, you know?
What are we talking about? Oh, blinds.
And I remember this part. I've watched these episodes so many times. That's why I can just tell you about them from the top of my head. There was a guy, Fred Duran. He was an exterminator who often...
I'll be back. Yes, I know. That's Terminator. Shut up.
Worked at the drum barracks. So it's pretty much like they have a bug problem and a ghost problem. Double whammy. Sucks for them. Anyway, so he was working under the sink in the kitchen. He apparently was very skeptical. He never believed in ghosts or anything like that. I remember him saying, like, to him, a ghost was like Casper the Ghost.
I would rather deal with it like a bad ghost. Like, Casper the Ghost to me is annoying as hell. You know what I mean? Like, who the hell wants a friendly ghost who wants it? It's like the Geico commercial that they air around Halloween when the couple's trying to watch TV and Casper won't shut up and he's eating popcorn and it's like, go away. Like, I want a ghost that comes in, menaces me, leaves, and only comes to piss me off during inopportune times. I don't want a ghost that wants to hang out all day. That's a lot of work. Because I like to be alone. I'm probably going to get haunted now.
Like, sure, okay. We all die. And then we look like Casper. Although, sometimes you hear of, like, reports of, like, witnesses reporting that they've seen these, like, white apparitions. Mm-hmm. White globby apparitions or whatever. So that could be Casper-esque, I guess.
I guess it's better Casper than Slimer from Ghostbusters. Like, if you had to come back as one, I would want to come back as Casper, not Slimer, because Slimer's disgusting. Although Slimer did have a high C drink named after him, so...
Anyway.
But Casper does have a movie with Christina Ricci, so it's a toss-up.
So apparently he was working under the sink, and then all of a sudden he heard, like, a voice that was like, could I have some water? And it's like... If you have to be, like, if you're thirsty in the afterlife, that really sucks.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Because you can't drink, right? It just goes right through you and comes out.
The point is we're moving away from these, like, carnal needs. These, like, needs that humans have to keep up with that are super annoying. That's why I hated playing Sims. Because it's like, you're going to make me eat, drink, and all this other crap, and it's like, I do that in real life. I need to escape it, you know? So it really sucks, you know? He sounded pretty thirsty in the show, too.
So, was it a ghost?
Maybe you go longer in the afterlife without needing water. Like here, you know, at least every hour.
But you're a ghost. If you need water, kids just appear at a spring, drink it, and appear and come back and continue haunting the guy under the sink. I don't get it.
Something, but over there, maybe it's like every 10 years. You need to have yourself a glass of water. Anyway.
Maybe that's how he died. Maybe he asked the wrong person for water, and the person was having like the worst day ever in the 1800s. He says, could I have some water? And the guy turned around and shot him with a musket. And maybe that's why he keeps saying, can I have some water? Because that's probably the last thing he said on this earth. Could you imagine how sad that would be?
So, finally the guy, like, was just like, I guess he just like, I don't know, ignored him or something, or was like, yeah, whatever.
I'm allergic to this story. Excuse me. Hopefully I muted in time.
I'm busy at the moment. I'll be done soon. And then the guy was like, did you see Maria?
Maybe Maria's the one who shot him. Because maybe Maria was his wife, and she was so sick and tired of him asking for water every day that finally she just had enough and she snapped.
So, he turned around, the exterminator turned around eventually, and saw this guy standing there with like a water jug, and he described the guy wearing like wartime clothes, and he was confused. He thought maybe it was just an employee, you know, dressing up, getting into character. And then when he told Marge about it, she said, nope, you saw the captain's ghost.
I want to see the captain's ghost. Oh my goodness. Chantal, what a mess.
Okay, this is like so messy.
A little bit. It's because those pastas are too damn big, those pastas. That's why I like little pastas. Little dainty pastas I could put in my dainty mouth and not make a big mess.
You saw the captain's ghost. Like, it was no big deal. Like, it's a big deal. Okay.
I think I heard Pete's cough.
Freaking right out. These are huge bites.
Pretty bite.
This is the, like, I wanted, like, rigatoni, but this is the smallest
That's too big.
Pasta they had there, so. Anyway. So, the question is, who is haunting the drum barracks?
No, Fred, it's not Casper.
Well, they brought in a psychic. Her name was Barb Connor, I think. Okay, I'm going to try this.
Barb. I don't know if I'd go to a psychic named Barb. When I think of Barb, no offense to any barbers out there, but when I think of Barb, I think of high-waisted pants, a tucked-in button-down blouse, a short little cute little bob. I think of Barb. Like, I don't picture Barb talking to ghosts. I picture Barb talking to the bag boy endlessly while you're standing behind her waiting for her to move so you can swipe your card because you're next in line. Again, no offense to the barbers out there.
And
what should I cook next? Comment below. Well, you have doctor's orders, so we'll see.
Place is just teeming with paranormal activity. Tons of spirits. Especially in the officer's lounge. She saw some officer ghosts playing cards in the lounge, and that would explain why the light was always turned on in the lounge.
That'd be fun.
Trying to play cards.
An eternity of playing cards.
You know, you ever play poker in the dark? Like,
I could think of I could think of worse eternities. You know, I could think of a lot worse ways to spend the rest of your eternity. I think cards would be fun. I guess it depends on the card game. If it's Uno, I'd be pissed.
Anyway, so
but if it's hearts or spades, I'd be in heaven because I love those two.
Apparently, there was like a little boy upstairs banging a ball against the wall. I don't know if I already told you guys this story. If I did, I'm sorry. I can't remember which ones I've told you guys. So there was a little boy just bouncing a ball against the wall upstairs, and Marge was like, that makes a lot of sense because sometimes I would hear banging upstairs and I couldn't figure out where it's from. And then in the gun room upstairs, there was apparently a spirit that was more forceful than the other, and it was Lieutenant James Curtis. So Lieutenant Curtis, apparently he got injured when he was like battling in Washington. He got pretty bad frostbite on his left leg, and so he had nerve damage on his foot. And
he made it all the way back to California. Are we still talking about California? Like, he went all the way across country in that day and time? I feel like that would take like 5 years.
And on his left foot, that was really, really painful for him. So to control the pain, like to control the foot better so he could drag it around, he wore a boot that was just a size too small. So
a boot.
Sometimes you could hear him dragging his foot. Like, it sounded like dragging.
See, that's a horrible eternity. I'd rather play Uno than do that.
So that explained a lot to them as well. But apparently in the gun room, the psychic saw him like pointing to a wall and was like, I want my plaque on that wall. Like, he apparently did some damage when he went
killed a bunch of people. Yeah.
He was at war and he was proud of it, and he wanted the plaque on the wall. It wasn't there. So yeah.
What the hell are we talking about? Is this the guy with the dragging foot?
I was craving this so bad. You know?
I still can't get over California had a role to play in the Civil my whole long weekend is ruined. I'm gonna sit there and read about the Civil War in California.
I would love to, like, just one day after this COVID stuff, travel around and go to like these different creepy paranormal places. And
God, I would love to go anywhere at this point with this whole damn apocalypse garbage going on. I mean, I would go anywhere at this point. Anywhere. I'd even go to like the beach up the street at this point, which I could do if I wanted to, but it's getting scary out there, especially in this state. It's turning into a hot mess. I just want to travel. I want to go somewhere. I had so many plans to turn 40. I don't want to woe is me right now, but I was gonna Vegas it, California it. I was gonna wine country it, and now it looks like I'm just gonna drink on the couch it. Well, maybe I'll do something local. It just sucks. Damn you, Apocalypse.
You know, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah. I mean, go to the supermarket right now is like the best time I've had all week.
Watch me like run. I just would be so scared probably seeing something like that. Like a ghost asking me for water, all parched. Like, you have some water. Bye.
I think I'd ask questions. If a ghost said, "Can I have some water?" I'd say, "Why? You're dead. Why do you need water for?" I'd want to know. They're all like, "Oh, I was so shocked. He was in war clothes. He looked dead." I would literally be like, "Have a seat. Can we discuss this? Like, what's the afterlife like? What's the afterlife like? Why are you drinking water? Is there food? Is there dessert? Is there ice cream? Are there Snickers bars? Or do you just drink water for eternity? That would suck. Is there wine?"
So that's the story of the John Barretts.
Morning Glory.
You can watch that episode, like Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack is like, it's free on YouTube.
Oh.
Anyways, guys, that was delicious.
It looked good.
I do have quite a bit of it left.
I'm glad.
Excuse me. And there's still a lot in the pot. So I'm gonna make spaghetti for Pete after work because he doesn't like pasta unless it's shaped in spaghetti. Like, he hates like all other shapes.
He also loves chicken nuggets, French fries, and blueberry muffins. Bless his heart. In the good way, not the southern way.
Shapes. So I think
I'm making up the chicken nuggets, French fries thing. I just picture him being like an eater like that. Like, he just never grew out of the chicken nugget French fry phase. That's just what I picture. I've seen him eat other things, so hold the comments. But the man doesn't like vegetables. You know, he has to pick vegetables out of his food. She has to hide vegetables in like he's 5. I love him.
For having dinner with me tonight. Let me know how you like. I mean, you can't really see my table because of my setup, but let me know how you enjoyed this video. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay, that was a good video. The biggest win for me was she was not at the kitchen island, so that was a plus. The food looked good, very carb heavy though, and like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, her latest community post mentions her blood sugar being super high. Now, it does not say she's diabetic. It just says she has super high blood sugar, so she could be pre-diabetic, or the doctor could just be concerned about her super high blood sugar and wants to avoid that road altogether. So I think she's going to go on a super strict diet. Hoping she sticks to it. Chantal, diabetes is no joke. I come from a family of self-imposed diabetes. And when I say self-imposed, a lot of my family members have type 2. And type 2 does come about because of unhealthier lifestyles, being overweight, so forth and so on. So I hope she takes it seriously. Because like I said, it's nothing to joke with. Learned something. I learned about the Californias, the Civil Wars. That was exciting. And like I said, other than that, there wasn't much else going on. It was a good story time. I liked watching her cook. We've told her this before. The cooking videos are where it's at. And at least the food may not have been the healthiest, but at least she made it herself. At least it was not, you know, in a paper bag from a drive-thru. She didn't eat the whole thing. She had a portion of it, so I'm giving her a win for that as well. Good video. Curious to see where we're going to go next with this. Like I said, I'm very concerned with the sugar stuff, only because I've seen the dire effects of what diabetes can do to people. So I'm hoping, Chantal, you take this seriously. Nip this in the bud before it nips you in the bud. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so by clicking the subscribe button down below. Click the bell next to it to be alerted every time I upload new content. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. When you give this video and other videos on my channel a thumbs up, it means you like my videos. When you like my videos, it means you like my channel. And when you like my channel grows. And feel free to share this video on other social media. Down in the description box, I have my Teespring link. Don't forget to order a coffee mug, because what better way to start your day than drinking hot, piping coffee in this cute little face, or vodka, or tequila, or water, any time of the day. I won't judge you. It's your choice. Who cares? Anyway, as always, thanks for subscribing. Thank you for liking, and most of all, thank you for watching. And until next time.